Peace, it's about quote unquote winning the war. There's no peace in that kind of war. That's why they're having a forum on the Indo-Pacific. Last I checked, NATO stood for North Atlantic. It's nowhere near the Indo-Pacific. That's because NATO was not just about the North Atlantic. NATO is everywhere. NATO's not about peace, it's about counter-revolution. It's about attacking whoever it wants for this White House to still remain on top. So what does this mean for our peace movement? What was really great about our Resist NATO summit that we had last night is we talked about the movement for a just peace must connect with all of those who are waging a just struggle for their liberation. Because peace is about self-determination. Peace is about sovereignty. Peace is not just the absence of violence for a little bit of time. It is about creating a new system where we don't have to decide if we're going to pay for school or go to the doctor. That's right. Or if we have to choose between paying rent or buying food today. So the kind of movement that we're building is one that gets us all together. And we are building this every single day. Just last weekend in San Diego, California, members of the Resist NATO coalition were also involved in the International Cancel RIMPAC coalition. We took over 500 people to the streets of San Diego against the US bases. And now we're here, hundreds in the street against the NATO summit. So this is the movement that we want to build with you. This is the movement that resists NATO, that no to NATO, yes to peace, and all the people need to unite behind.
Hey, NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go so the people can live.
Other foreign powers who are encroaching upon our lands when faced with the convergence of NATO upon the Asia-Pacific, including countries like the Philippines, they did not back down and they pointed their guns back. My comrades, they are trying to make other countries in the Asia-Pacific the next Ukraine. Countries like Korea, countries like the Philippines. And just the other month, Zelensky visited the fascist dictator's son, Marcos, to talk about cooperation for the United States' proxy war against Russia.
We need to understand clearly this enemy wishes to plunder our land for their resources. They wish to displace our people and exploit us. They wish to keep us oppressed and repressed, all to line their pockets. This is the enemy that we are up against. That might paint a bit of a bleak picture, perhaps. But now that we understand the significance of the enemy we're up against, we come back to the question: resist US NATO aggression and war provocations. You all yelled our enemy is NATO. NATO is but an outgrowth of this system. A very aggressive, very anti-people, and very serious outgrowth of this system. But we need to be clear, as we continue to wage the struggle against NATO, we are waging a struggle against the root of what NATO represents. That is imperialism and US-led war.
We must break those barriers that the capitalists have put up They aim to make us individualized. They aim to isolate us, to prevent this type of grouping from happening, to prevent these organizations from forming so that they can continue with their imperialist project, that they can continue exploiting us and exploiting the whole world for the interest of the few, destroying the entire planet, massacring whole people in Gaza, killing whoever they must for their own goals. That must be stopped.
Gobyerno'y hadlangan, imperialismo'y ating wakasan. Kasunod dyan, imperialismo, ibagsak! Feudalismo, ibagsak! Burokrata, kapitalismo, ibagsak! Ang tao, ang bayan, yan ay lumalaban! El pueblo unido! People united!